Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things you need to check before you trust a VPN review you watch or even read. So stay tuned. Hey guys, just a quick thank you for tuning into the channel. As you may know, I'm the only independently owned channel here on YouTube. Now, sure, there are some other channels here on YouTube that do VPN reviews, but if you look at the company organization and who's backing these channels, well, I don't think you'll find these reviews very helpful. My channel is independently owned, and I have a VPN tier list system where you can make your own tier list. Go to vpntierlist.com, submit a review, and become part of the community to make your own tier list. Or check out my expert reviews where I've reviewed VPNs over 10 years through verifiable data on my spreadsheet, as you can see here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you do here helps independent, objective VPN reviews, and let's get back to the video. So guys, probably the first thing you need to check when trusting a VPN review is just the disclaimers and the descriptions. I've noticed a lot of channels actually very sneakily put these disclaimers and descriptions, but I actually think a lot of people are not reading them. For example, one of the biggest channels out there right now is called Cyber News. This is a channel that really likes to promote NordVPN and Surfshark, as you can see here just in this video released today. And if you read the description, it says Cyber News is owned by MediaTek, whose investors are the founders of Nord Security. So Teslanet owns Nord Security, and Teslanet also seemingly owns MediaTek. So in my opinion, this entire channel's coverage of these VPNs isn't really legitimate, at least in my opinion, because it's simply, it just seems like there's possibility of bias. Additionally, another thing you could check for when reading or watching videos is just simple stuff like the like to view ratio. For example, this video was just released today. It already has 114 likes, which is quite a bit. None of my videos get that amount of likes, even with this amount of views. And if you read the comments, most of the comments actually seem to say that they don't really like this video. Not another VPN video, only Movad. Nord is a joke. Movad is better. Is this a sponsored video? Movad not even mentioned. So all the comments don't really seem to like this video, and the comments do seem to have likes, but the video seems to have tons of upvotes, which is just kind of strange in my opinion. But that's not to say we can't see the same exact thing with other channels. One other thing you do need to check when watching VPN reviews is to see if there's various different channels owned by the same company. Because that also means if you don't like one channel, you don't trust their reviews, you might not also trust the other channels. Take this channel, also just posted a best VPN video today, strangely enough. Also has 80 likes and only 151 views, which honestly, it's going up as we watch this video. Seems a little bit strange. You hardly ever see a 50% like ratio to views. That's just like crazy. Probably even Mr. Beast or something like that doesn't have that. But you can also see that this channel is also owned by MediaTek, whose investors are Nord Security. So Teslanet, Nord own this channel as well. So there you go. And yeah, so they don't have any comments on this video, but still 81 likes. Just seems kind of strange to me personally. So I guess what I'm trying to say is inflated metrics is something you need to look for. Does the video have a low view count but high likes? It just might seem kind of strange and not legitimate, at least in my opinion. But who am I to say? On my channel, I've been doing this for 10 years and I've never seen that many likes that quickly. But who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong. To be honest, guys, there's also other channels owned by MediaTek as well. So I know one called, I think it's called like Tech House News or something like that. And there are a lot of other channels as well on YouTube, just kind of promoting the same VPNs. And some of them are owned by MediaTek and some are not. Another thing you could check for when kind of looking at these channels, Jesus Christ, that was loud. For example, is do they have the same person for the entire length of the channel? Does it seem like the same person owns the channel, or is it more like a corporation? In this case, MediaTek owns these channels. So these people who are making the videos don't actually own the channel. I don't think so, at least. With my channel, you could go back 10 years and see me still making VPN reviews. But if you look at this channel, for example, let's just turn it down a bit. You could see that 4 years ago, it was a completely different guy. And now it's a completely different guy. These guys are probably just voice actors and they probably don't know anything about VPNs. So if you want to read a corporate script, these channels are good. But if you want someone that actually is reviewing the VPNs and stuff like that, these channels might not do it for you. Another thing you want to check for is there some kind of like rating system? Is there some kind of metric, connected devices are in your house, table, data analysis? These channels don't really provide any links to kind of stuff like that. You could go on their websites and they have reviews, but they don't really necessarily have data tables or ways to compare the VPNs objectively, feature by feature. And that's something you really only see on my website because I'm actually comparing the VPNs, I'm reviewing them, trying to give you guys the best representation of which VPN is right for you specifically. So if you go on my website, for example, vpntierlists.com, you can actually go see my rankings right away. You can see them right here with all the different data collected. I have an objective rating system. So that is one thing to differentiate me from these other channels. And you're not going to see other rating tables like this with just all this data laid out for you to just pick a VPN. Another thing you guys might want to think about when these other channels, are they legitimate for your to recommend you products? Well, do they have communities? Do they have forums, discords, ways to interact with the users in these communities? And most of these channels do not. It's because they're more like corporations. They're not really interacting with users on these channels. These channels are mostly just voice actors, in my opinion. So if you look here, you can see on VPN Pro, there's no Discord link or anything like that, no forums. And in fact, most of the time, they don't even really interact with the comments. I mean, if we look at, let's look at a video maybe from like 2 weeks ago or something like that. Maybe like this one. So let's see if they actually interacted with any comments. Doesn't even look like they were hearting any comments or interacting. So whoever's owning this channel isn't really interacting with anyone. There's not really any interaction. So that's kind of another way to kind of understand how these channels are run. Are they run more by corporations or actually YouTubers like me who interact with you? Let's go look at my channel, for example, even a video that doesn't have very many views. We could go look and see if I'm interacting with the comments. So you can see on my video here, I have hearted almost every single comment, replied to multiple of them, and stuff like that. So you can see there's a clear difference with the interaction in the reviews and the community presence. So I think that's a good number of things to look for, guys, before trusting VPN review. Make sure to check out my website, vpntierlists.com. If you want to check out some of my merch, you can see it down here as well. So check that out. I'm actually wearing it right now. I got a cool little shirt here, and I updated the hat as well. So if you want to help support honest, objective VPN reviews, stay tuned, and I'll see you again very soon.